Welcome to Information Technology Lab Practice. This is Kumar Swamidapa from SRRS Government Polytechnic College, Sirsilla. And today we are going to discuss about working with worksheets. So the agenda of today's session. So after completing of this session, a student will able to learn how to name, add, delete, group, ungroup worksheets. How to name the worksheet, how to add a new worksheet, how to delete an existing worksheet, how to group several worksheets, and as well as how to ungroup the worksheets. So here grouping and ungrouping are the concepts where we are going to handle similar kind of files multiple times. Okay, then we are talking about how to freeze a specific part of worksheets, so as they are always visible, like for example, in a table headings are there, then followed by table data will be displayed. If we want to navigate among the data on the table headings are going to hide, so it is difficult to identify which data belongs to which kind of column. So that can be overcome with the help of this freezing technique. It is a part of this Microsoft Windows 2007. With this feature, we are going to freeze the headings, or sometimes headings of the rows, or levels of columns, so that those are fixed and they are visible even though you are navigating among the pages of worksheet. Okay, so let us start with worksheets, naming, and all those things. Then we talk about the freezing option next. Okay, naming worksheets. So we know that a worksheet is nothing but a collection of worksheets. We are calling it as a workbook, right? By default, three worksheets are there in a workbook. They are labeled with sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. These are the default names for sheets. So every time sheet text is text followed by a number. That number is starts with 1, 2, 3, and so on. If you want to create another sheet, then sheet 4 will be the name of that particular sheet, then sheet 5, sheet 6, and so on. Okay, so when you open an Excel workbook, there are three sheets by default, and these are the sheet names. So these are not very informative names. The informative naming means they are having some meaningful names, like result analysis, work done in January, separate sheet, February, separate sheet, and so on. Excel 2007 allows you to create a meaningful name for each worksheet in a workbook. So we can assign any kind of a name to the workbooks to locate. So naming is helpful while locating the workbooks. So to name a workbook, so let us talk about the naming a worksheet. Naming a worksheet. So to name a worksheet, so we have several procedures. So that can be viewed in these diagrams. Okay, so right click on the sheet tab to select it. So we already in the first session of these tutorials, so we have talked about what is sheet tab. So sheet tab is available above the status tab. It contains all the sheet names, and it is also having an option to create new sheets, right? So choose rename from the menu that appears. So right click on the sheet tab or the sheet name for which you want to create a new name. Then a pop-up menu will be displayed like this. In that menu, so we have one command called rename. So choose rename from the menu that appears. The text is highlighted by a black box. Type a new name for the worksheet. So type a new name for the worksheet. Click off the tab. The worksheet now assumes the descriptive name defined. So whatever the name you are given, that name is replaced with this sheet 1. Okay, so this is one way of naming or renaming a worksheet. So let us discuss the some another way. So click on the format command in the cells group on the home tab. So anyway, home tab by default, the home tab groups are displayed. In that group, go to the cells group. In the cells group, we have command format command. Command is there. So click on that format command and select rename sheet. Select the rename sheet option. Then the text is highlighted by a black box. Type the new name for the worksheet and click off the tab. The worksheet now assumes the descriptive name defined. So these are the two ways we can use any one of these names. We can use any one of these names to rename the worksheet. So if you want to insert a new worksheet in the already existed workbook, so that can be done in two ways. That can be done in two ways. Okay, so first of all, let us discuss the inserting worksheets. So you can change the default number of sheets that appears by clicking on the Microsoft Office button and choose Excel option. So here we can change the default number of sheets that appears by clicking on the Microsoft Office button. There we have one option called Excel option. You also have the ability to insert new worksheets if needed while you are working. So you have the ability to insert any number of new worksheets you want. Okay, and as well as you can change the default number of sheets that appears. So by default we have three number of sheets that appear, right? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. If you want to change, you can. Okay, so this is about Excel options. Now to insert a new worksheet, so I already told you we have two ways to insert a new worksheet. And the first one is left click the insert worksheet icon. Left click the insert worksheet icon. So here is the insert worksheet icon that is available by default in the worksheet tab. A new sheet will appear. It will be named as sheet 4. It will be named as sheet 4. If you click one more time, then sheet 5 and so on. Okay, so here the sequential sheet number may be in the workbook. Okay, or you can use the shortcut key. So to insert the shortcut key, we have an option called shift plus F11. So press the shift button and hold it down and press the F11 functional key on your keyboard. Then the new sheet is going to be created. So these are the two ways we can use any one of these options to insert a new worksheet. Coming to the deleting worksheets, so any worksheet can be deleted. Any worksheet can be deleted from a workbook, including those that have data in it. Even though the worksheet contains the data, if you want to remove that particular sheet, you can. If the worksheet won't contain any data, can also be removed. So, irrespective of whether the worksheet contains data or not, we can remove, we can delete any number of sheets. But one thing you need to remember here, a workbook must contain at least one worksheet. A workbook must contain at least one worksheet. We know that by default we have three worksheets on a single workbook. If you want to delete, you can delete two worksheets, two only. Why? Because a workbook must contain at least one worksheet. At least one worksheet. So to delete one or more worksheets, so this is the procedure we need to follow. Click on the sheet or sheets you want to delete. Then right click on the sheet and menu will appear. In that menu, choose one command, delete. So select this delete option, then that particular worksheet is going to be deleted or erased from the workbook. You can apply the same command for more than one number of times if you want to delete more than one worksheets. You can apply the same procedure or same command for more number of times if you want to delete more number of worksheets. And we also have some another method that can be used to delete the data sheet or worksheet. So select the sheet you want to remove, click on the drop down arrow next to the delete in the cells group on the home tab. Go to the home tab. In the home tab we have a cells group option is there. In that option we have a delete command. In the delete command, click on this drop down button. In the drop down button these options are there, then choose this command, delete sheet command, to delete the sheet. So these are the ways we can delete the worksheet. Okay, so first way is right click on the sheet you want to delete. On the sheet tab, choose the command delete. Second way is go to the drop down menu that is available under the delete command in the cells group on the home tab, then choose the option delete sheet, then that particular sheet is going to be deleted. So these are the two ways we can use any one of these options to delete the worksheet. Okay, then we have a concept called grouping and ungrouping of worksheets. Grouping and ungrouping of worksheets. A workbook is a multi-page Excel document that contains multiple worksheets, right? Any workbook may have multiple pages, multi-pages. So we can say that a multi-page Excel document contains multiple worksheets. Sometimes you will want to work with the worksheet once at a time. Sometimes you need to work with multiple worksheets at the same time, at a time, as if each is a single unit. Some other times the same information or formatting may need to be added to every worksheet. Some format or template or proforma must to be followed in all the worksheets that we are working under the workbook. So at that time we need to follow the same procedure or template or pro forma. Okay, so worksheets can be combined together into a groups. Worksheets can be combined together to form the group. A group may contain several worksheets, all are having same format of information, same format of information or same template. Okay, so grouping worksheets allows you to apply identical formulas. So remember carefully. So we are grouping the worksheets to apply the same formulas or identical formulas or formatting across all of the worksheets in the group. Grouping worksheets allows you to apply the identical formulas and or formatting across all the worksheets in the group. When you group worksheets, any changes made to one worksheet will be changed in any other worksheets in the group. While worksheets are in group, if you update or change one worksheet in the group, then all the remaining worksheets are going to be reflected. The change must be reflected in the remaining worksheets. Okay, so to group continuous worksheets, so remember this word, continuous worksheets. To group continuous worksheet. For example, here in the image, so January is the present sheet, and I want to group all these worksheets continuously. So select the first sheet you want to group, then press and hold the shift key. So remember this one, shift key on your keypad, and click the last sheet you want to group. So click on the January and hold down the shift key on the keypad. Then click on the last sheet you want to add in the group. For example, March. Then at this time, January, February, March are comes under a group. January, February, March are comes under a group. The changes that are made to January are going to be affected in the February and as well as in March. Okay. So here we are grouping continuous worksheets. Continuous worksheets in the tab, sheet tab. These are the continuous worksheet. Okay. So after clicking the last sheet you want to group, then release the shift key. The sheets are now grouped. All of the sheets between the first sheet and last sheet selected are part of the group, and the sheet tab will appear white for the grouped sheets. The sheet tabs will appear white for the grouped sheets. So this is the point you need to remember. The sheet tabs will appear white for the grouped sheet. Make any changes to one sheet, the changes will appear in all other grouped sheets. So what you need to do is, first of all, select the first sheet, hold on the shift key, then select the last sheet you want to create a group, then in between the first and last all are come together to form a single group. Okay, then release the shift key. Now the sheets are in a group. If you make any changes in one sheet, that is reflected in the remaining all other sheets. Okay, at the time of selection, at the time of creation of group, the sheet tab will appear white for the grouped sheets. Okay, so this is the thing you need to remember. Okay, then to group non-continuous sheets. So in the previous slide we have discussed about a continuous sheets grouping. Now we are discussing about the non-continuous sheets group. Okay, select the first sheet you want to group, press and hold the control key. In the continuous we are using shift key. In the continuous grouping we are using shift key. Okay, in non-continuous we are using control key. In non-continuous we are using control key. Then click on the next sheet you want to group. Continuing clicking the sheets you want to group, release the control key. Now these sheets are now grouped. The sheet tab will appear white for the groups sheets, grouped sheets. The sheet tab will appear white for the grouped sheets. Only the sheets selected are part of the group. Make any changes to one sheet and the changes will appear in all grouped sheets. Make any change to one sheet, it reflects on all other remaining sheets, those comes under group. So here we are grouping non-continuous sheets, non-continuous worksheets. So that's why we are using control key. If you are using continuous sheets to form a group, you must need to use this shift key. Okay. Now, if you want to ungroup worksheets, right click on one of the sheets and select ungroup from the list. Right click one of the sheets, select ungroup from the list. Select ungroup from the list. So this is the way you can ungroup the worksheets. So the last topic in today's session is freezing worksheet panes. So this is one of the important topic that we are going to discuss in today's session. Freezing worksheet pane. So the ability to freeze or lock specific rows or specific columns in your spreadsheet is useful feature in Excel. So this is the most useful feature in Excel to lock or freeze a specific number of rows or columns. So it is called freezing panes. Locking or freezing a specific number of rows or columns in a spreadsheet, we can call it as freezing panes. When you freeze panes, you select rows or columns that will remain visible all the time. Select the rows or columns that will remain visible all the time even as you are scrolling. The freezing panes are going to be visible even though you are scrolling the entire document vertically or horizontally depending on the type of pen you are choosing, whether you are choosing a freezing selecting the rows or columns. Okay, so are you getting the point? When you freeze panes, you must select rows or columns that will remain visible all the time even you are scrolling. So this is particularly useful when working with large spreadsheets. So this is useful when you are working with a large spreadsheet. It may contain several number of uh, pages. It is a large document. It contains large number of information. So at that time, this freezing worksheet panes are much useful. So to freeze a particular row, to freeze a row, so what you need to do is select the row below. So you must remember this one. Select row below the one you want to freeze. Select the row below the one you want to freeze, frozen. For example, if you want row 1 and 2 to appear at the top even as you scroll, then select row 3. So row 1, row 2 are not selected. So you need to select row 3. So below row is row 3. So above the row 3 all are going to be freeze. Then click on the view tab, then click on the freeze pane command in the window group. Select the freeze pane command that is available in the window group under the home tab, view tab. Okay, then choose freeze panes, choose the command freeze panes. Here we have three options. So freeze panes, freeze top row, freeze first column. So if you choose freeze top row means keep the top row visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet vertically. Keep the top row visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet. Then another option is freeze first column. It keeps the first column visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet horizontally. The first column is visible. If you want to freeze, keep rows and columns visible while rest of the worksheet scrolls based on the current selection. So that can be done with the help of this freeze panes option. So these are the three options that are available under the freeze panes command. Okay, so a thin black line appears below everything that is frozen in place. Scroll down the worksheet to see the pinned rows. Scroll down the worksheet to see the pinned rows. So this is about freezing a row or a column. So if you want to unfreeze a pane, so what you need to do is click on the freeze pane command and select the unfreeze command. Select the unfreeze command in the freeze pane command. Now if you want to freeze a column, to freeze a column, select the column to the right of the columns, select the columns to the right of the columns you want to frozen or freeze. For example, if you want a column A and B to always appear on the left, so you need to choose column C, then go to the view tab. In the view, click on the freeze pane command in the window group. Choose freeze pane. A thin black line appears to the right of the frozen area. Scroll across in the worksheet to see the pinned columns. To see the pinned columns. So this is same as like freezing a row. Same as like freezing a row. So this is about to freeze a column. So these are the tasks that I am going to give you. So try to rename the sheet 1 to January and sheet 2 to February and sheet 3 to March. Create a document workbook. In the workbook, try to create 3 sheets with these 3 names: January, February and March. So this is the first task. In the second task, try to insert 2 worksheets and name them as April and May. Try to insert more 2 worksheets on the already existed 3 worksheets in that workbook, and try to rename or name those those 2 worksheets that are going to be inserted in the workbook as April and May. In the task 3, use the grouping features that we have already discussed to all of the sheets contain the same information as the January sheet. Those sheets that contains the same information as like January are going to be grouped together in the third task. In the fourth task, try to delete the one of the sheet, so that is May sheet. Delete the May sheet. In the fifth task, Try to freeze rows 1 and 2 on the January sheet. Try to freeze rows. Apply the same procedure for columns. Apply the same procedure for columns. Try to apply the freeze, and after applying the freeze, observe the things, and try to identify unfreeze how to unfreeze the rows or columns. Excuse me. Mm. So this is about today's session. If you have any query, just use kumarswamy.dap@gmail.com. Ping me. So let us do the practical session on how to freeze, how to naming and renaming the worksheets in the workbooks. So now I am trying to open the Excel application. So you can observe here. So this is the new book that I am open. So the default name is book 1. If you create a new book, it is named as book 2, book 3 and so on. And by default every book is associated with 3 sheets: sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. Sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. Okay. Now I want to rename the sheet 1 with January. So that can be done in several ways, right? That can be done in several ways. So first one, so I am right click on the sheet name and selecting the rename option, and I am giving January. So here what action I have taken, just I am right click on the sheet and choosing the command rename. So if you want to rename another sheets, so that can be done in some another way, like use the mouse left button twice. So double click on this, then the editing mode of the sheet name will be open. Enter the name, February. If I want to create a new worksheet, what I need to do? So just click on the insert worksheet by using the mouse left button, or you can use shift plus F11. For example, I am using shift plus F11 to create the new sheet. So sheet 4, sheet 5 are inserted in our workbook, right? So okay, so these are the ways we can insert a new worksheet. So here also we have one option, insert sheet. So this is also where we can insert the sheets. Okay. So I want to remove these sheets. So that can be done in several ways. The first one is right click on the sheet and select the command delete. that particular sheet is going to be erased. Another way is under the home tab only, we have in the cells group we have delete option is there, so delete sheet. Now we are at sheet 5. Okay, so I am choosing the delete sheet command, so sheet 5 is going to be removed from the workbook. If I perform one more time, since sheet 4 is going to be erased. Right, so I already told you, right click on the name and click on the rename to give the name. Another way is double click on the sheet name and give the new name. It is going to be updated. And the third way to rename the worksheet is go to, click on that sheet and go to format and use an option in the organized sheets. We have an option called rename sheet. So give the name March. So these are the three ways we can rename the worksheet, and two ways we can delete the sheets. Okay, so and we can insert the sheet. How many ways? We can insert the sheet by clicking on this insert worksheet option, or by using the function shortcut key of shift plus F11. And another way is use the insert command and insert sheet. A new sheet is going to be inserted into the workbook. Okay, so these are the ways we can use to insert the workbook, delete the workbook, and rename the workbook. Then what we have discussed, grouping and ungrouping. Okay, so let us do the operation. So we have I am removing these cells. So I am selecting the first one and I am using shift to group the sheets sequentially, and click on the march and releasing the shift button. You can observe book 1 is added with a group. Now in January we don't have anything, in February we don't have anything, in March we don't have anything. In January, here I am typing serial number, click on enter. So in January we have entered the text serial number. Let us move to February, March, a workbook contains multiple Excel documents, right? So the procedure is grouping the worksheets allows you to apply identical changes. Okay. Select the first sheet you want to group, press the and hold the shift key on your keyboard. Click on the last sheet you want to group, then release the shift key. The sheets are now grouped. Okay. All the sheets between the first sheet and last sheet selected are part of the group. The sheet tab will appear white for the grouped sheets. Okay, they are in white. Make any changes to one sheet and the changes will appear in the all grouped sheets. Okay, so they are in a white mode. So they are not in group. So let us use shift February and enter. So in February, here I am typing something. I move on to January. Here we have. So here I am typing Kumar in February and pressing enter. So you can observe in January we have that value. So we don't. In January I am typing below the Kumar Swami. So move on to February. Here you can observe Swami is there. Like this, we can group the things. We can group the sheets and make changes in one group will reflect on another groups. So this is about grouping. So let us ungroup. Right click on one of the sheet and select ungroup from the list. Okay, so right click on any one of the sheet. Here we have an option ungroup sheets. So click on the ungroup, and now I am typing in February, I am typing SFD. So it is not affected here, it is not entered in the January sheet. Okay, so this is the way we can group and ungroup the sheets. Right, let us go with this sheet. Here here I am having the already, so this is the already existed file. It contains the allotted students in the 2021 academic year, all the first year students, so your data only. So you can observe here, if I am moving from so this is the heading, right? So if I am scrolling down, then the headings are disappear, I don't know. So as I have some knowledge on pin numbers, so I can say that this is a pin number and this is an attendance ID, this is the name and date of birth, and etc. If you are seeing this file for the first time, so you don't know what is this one, even though you know the pin number and the name of yours, so you don't know all these things. So if we are in a position to freeze this particular heading, even though we are scrolling, the first heading line will be appear as usually, then you can easily identify what are the respective rows and etc. So for that purpose, so what we are going to do is, so go to the view tab, click on the row you want, and choose an option freeze panes. So here choose an option freeze top row, freeze top row. Then this particular row will be freezed. So you can navigate throughout the document. Then you can observe this is the serial number, pin number, attendance ID, student name, birth and admission type, other status and etc. Okay, so the top row is fixed. Okay, so for example, I want to freeze several columns. So if I am choosing this column and I click on freeze panes, then the first two, serial number and name of the candidate, are fixed, and the remaining are in a movable form. So you can move or navigate around the document. The first two columns are going to be freezed. If I want to freeze only serial number, then choose this one and freeze first column. So serial number is going to be freezed and the remaining are in a scrollable form. So you can navigate around the document. This particular column is going to be freezed, fixed. So these are the three options that we can use to freeze a particular column or a particular row, a top column, a left column, a top row, or a few panes, rows or columns, rows and columns to scroll through the entire worksheet. So this can be done here. Okay, so this is about freezing and unfreezing. Okay, so after freezing and unfreezing, so with this practical, so you can able to solve all these tasks easily. So try to group and ungroup the sheets, try to name the sheets, delete the sheets, insert the sheets. Okay, so that's all for today's session. If you have any query, just send an email to kumarswamy.gap@gmail.com, or you can send a WhatsApp message. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video.